Starscape Destroyer Guide. Introduced by Tyke. Let's get started. So, many people usually don't know what destroyer class ship is best for them in Starscape, and many end up choosing the wrong one by accident. So I chose to make this video to help out any Starscape player who needed help choosing a new Dessie. And I am going to cover all 7 destroyers in this video, so I hope you enjoy. Starting with the Bulwark, it's a ship mostly used in PvE and sometimes PvP. It's a hull tank with one 3k hull, 1.5k shield, 1 weapon slot, 2 defense slots, and 1 reactor slot, meaning it can have quite the amount of hull and power if equipped correctly, making it invincible sometimes. Overall, it's a great ship, but not the exact best for a first destroyer, especially if you can afford other options. For the Conciliator, it's one of the best ships in the game, considered the jack of all trades by some players, since it's so good for PvP or PvE. Now, stat-wise, it's a ship with 8.1k hull, 3.5k shield, 1 weapon slot, 1 defense slot, 1 engine slot, and 2 reactor slots, and the 3 subsystem slots it has, making the Conchi the best ship in PvP along its stats. Overall, it's pretty much a hybrid, and can work well for PvE, though there are better options. However, for PvP, it is the best ship ever. For the Echelon, it's the best PvE ship, being the strongest tank Starscape has, being able to tank 30 to 40 ships shooting it all at once, for a long time. Now, the stats it has are extremely powerful, especially because of its armor. Straight to it though, the Echelon has 11k hull, 2k shield, 1 weapon slot, 2 defense slots, 1 engine slot, and 1 reactor slot, making it good for different modules. Overall, this is the best ship for beginners to do PvE, and a really nice destroyer in general. With the Fortitude, things take a turn, since it's one of the most fragile ships, but it can still be good nonetheless. Since it focuses on speed, it's normal that it is fragile, and isn't such a good combat ship compared to some others. As for stats, it's a ship with 5.6k hull, 3.25k shield, 2 weapon slots, 1 engine slot, and 2 reactor slots, making it amazing for kiting, nice in fleets, and nice in damage. Overall, it's decent, but it depends on how it's used. In general, it's versatile for playing. Following Fortitude is Horizon, its upgrade. The Horizon is a pretty mediocre ship, with a decent speed, and mostly used once again for kiting ships and aiding in fleet PvP sometimes. Unlike Fortitude, the ship has better stats, having 4.2k hull, 5k shield, 1 defense slot, 2 engine slots, and 2 reactor slots, which allows for nice setups especially for speed, and its turret placement also calls for heaven, as it's got huge capability. Overall, it's awful for PvE, good for PvP, and nice. Justice, the Lycentian destroyer, however, is a shield tank, allowing many possibilities, and making it quite powerful against anti-hull setups. Regardless, its main and recommended use is for fleet PvP only, as it has nice qualifying for such. In terms of stats, it's got 3.8k hull, 1 OK shield, 1 weapon slot, 2 defense slots, 1 engine slot, and 1 reactor slot, allowing for a huge amount of shield and nice damage. Overall, it's a recommendable ship for escorts, but never for PvE, still nice though. Finally, the Loxodon is a great ship with decent health and nice setup possibilities, being useful for PvP, system capping, and sniping too. Its stats are also combat-based given it is a Falcon ship, having 7.5k hull, 3.75k shield, with 2 weapon slots, 1 defense slot, 1 engine slot, and 1 reactor slot, once again, making it versatile for combat setups. Generally, it's a great ship for PvP, not recommended for PvE, but overall a cool one to use for sure. To simplify it, I chose to make this tier list for you to base your choices on a bit. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye, Hope you enjoyed the video.